Hello and welcome back to the Hairy Housewife YouTube channel. And today we are talking Revolt detailing. Hello and welcome back to the Hairy Housewife YouTube channel, you beautiful lot. And that is right, today we are talking Revolt detailing. Now, if you haven't heard of them before, go check them out. All the links will be in the description below. They've sort of been on the market a short while, and I've been looking at them for a long time now and thinking, I want to give them a go, but haven't got round to it. The start of last month, I got an email from the guys at Revolt Detailing saying, would you like to try some of our products? So they have sent me out sort of a basic wash pack. I got a fallout remover, a shampoo, a pre-wash spray, and a snow foam. And I thought, you know what? It's about time I give these products a good going over. My car was filthy. It's been about 3 to 4 weeks since I filmed with my car. We've been thousands of miles in that. It is a minging and disgusting, covered in all sorts of road grime and dirt. So I thought this is the time. So we are going to jump in today and we are going to wash the trusty Fiat. Now, the only product I haven't used of Revolt Detailing is the fallout remover. As you can imagine, my car is cleaned quite often. I've used numerous fallout removers all over that vehicle, so there is not a lot of fallout on that vehicle. So today I'm just giving it a sort of basic wash with a pre-wash, a snow foam, a shampoo, and also I forgot to mention a quick detailer. So let's jump on, let's see how dirty my vehicle is. So as you can see, as I go around the vehicle, there is a nice layer of grit, grime and dirt all over this vehicle. Again, this car hasn't been washed in probably 2,000 to 3,000 miles, and it is looking rather filthy. So we are going to just jump straight in with the Revolt Detailing pre-wash spray today. Rebel. I'm using it in my pump sprayer today at the dilution of 4:1. Now that dilution is for sort of heavy, dirty vehicles. You can use this at 10:1. Now if you use it at 10:1, you get about 5 litres out of a bottle. I'm using it at 4:1, so you're going to get about 2 litres out of this 500ml bottle. And for around $8.99, that isn't a bad price if it works. Now I'm going around the whole vehicle, making sure I spray liberally on every single dirty part of the vehicle. Now once I've done that, I'm just going to let it dwell for around about 3 to 4 minutes and let that sort of pre-wash spray eat in that nasty dirt on that vehicle. Now once that's been dwelling for about 3 to 4 minutes, it was time to rinse this bad boy off. Now as I'm going around the vehicle rinsing it off, you can see there is a visible layer of dirt being removed, especially when I come around to this rear panel here at the bottom. You can see the dirt just coming straight off with the pressure washer. Now once I'd rinsed that pre-wash spray off, it was onto the snow foam. Now before I even use the snow foam, I already have one big sort of bugbear with the snow foam, and that is the directions. It says on the back of the bottle to add 1 inch of product into your lance and then top it up. Now depending on what lance you use, 1 inch can be 200ml or an inch could be 50ml. It depends on what lance you are using, so it frustrates me a little bit when it has those directions on the back. However, all I've done today is I popped 100ml of product into my lance, topped it up with 900ml of water, and we are going to spray it on the car. Now as you can see, as I'm spraying it on the car, we are getting a nice thick rich blanket of foam. Now it is not overly thick, it is not overly aerated, it's not like when you put a snow foam for an MJJC lance. It is a very wet foam, it isn't a dry foam. You are getting nice coverage. The foam is sort of thick, but it isn't overly dense like shaving cream. It is more like double cream, and I always say you want your snow foam to be like double cream, and it is running down that vehicle nicely. Now it does have a very nice scent to it, and when using this product, it sort of reminded me a little bit of Auto Bright Magi Foam. It's kind of got that same sort of scent, and it's got that same sort of thickness and dwell time. The dwell time on this was outstanding. I left it for a good maybe 6-7 minutes, and I felt it could have gone longer. Again, it reminded me very much like the Auto Bright Magi Foam. and it is sitting on that dirt for sort of a maximum dwell time, helping loosen that dirt, grime and mud that is on the vehicle. Now when I'm letting it dwell, I am going to go around with a brush to go around sort of the windows, the badges, the handles. Now this brush here, I'm not going to say where I've got it from. Some of you may recognize it. I'm just trying this brush out at the moment. I get a lot of people asking about these brushes, so I'm trying it out just to see if it works, how well it works, how long it lasts, and does it scratch. Again, this snow foam had been dwelling for around about 6 to 7 minutes. I felt like, again, it could have possibly gone longer, but it was time to rinse it off and get that snow foam off the vehicle, and it did rinse off quite nicely. I will let you into a little secret. I had used this snow foam before, not to wash the vehicle or just to test it, and it sat on my driveway for well over 24 hours. The foam is very thick. It's obviously got stabiliser in it to make it a nice stable foam. So if you are rinsing it off on your driveway, make sure you rinse it off nice and thoroughly, otherwise you'll have puddles of foam the next day. Now once we have that all rinsed off, I've got to say I was quite impressed with that snow foam. Had a decent dwell time. It smelt really nice, and it removed the sort of layer of dirt that was left over from the pre-wash spray. Again, it was very reminiscent of Auto Bright Magifoam. However, this is pH neutral. It did a really, really good job, and it does exactly what you want a snow foam to do. Now we're going to move on to the contact wash stage. Now I'm using Silk Shampoo. Now on their back of their bottle it says dilute this down up to 2,000 to 1. I've gone a little bit higher than that today. I have sort of doubled it. I have used this at 1,000 to 1. So I'm popping 15 ml of product in with 15 litres of water. And the shampoo foamed up very nicely, and I must admit, it smells absolutely beautiful of Parma violets. If you know me, you know scents are a big thing for me, and the scent of this is absolutely spot on. I love the scent of Parma violet anyway, but it's nice, it's strong, and it's not too overpowering, but it's there and it smells really, really nice. And it was a very, very nice foamy shampoo. Now, as I go around the whole vehicle, it just felt nice and slick, it felt nice and smooth, and it felt really, really nice to use. Now, obviously moving the camera around, doing all my arty-farty shots, it took a lot longer than it would if I was to normally go around and wash a vehicle. And those suds, that shampoo stuck around, didn't dry out on the vehicle, despite spending a long time walking around that vehicle, moving the camera, wiping the panel down, moving the camera, wiping the panel down. I need some more cameras. Everybody out there's listening. And yeah, it didn't dry out. It stayed nice and wet on the paintwork, which gave me time to get around the vehicle. And then it was time to rinse that vehicle off. And once I rinsed it off, I just went around with a drying towel, dried that vehicle off, and it was time to move on to the quick detailer stage. Now again, this is just a quick wash. I have done things in between. I haven't cleaned the wheels before anybody points out and says, your wheels are dirty. I don't clean the wheels on this vehicle because they are knackered. They're diamond cut, the paint's flaked off, they look better, dirty, so I always avoid the wheels on this car. However, I will go around after and do things like the interior, the trim, stuff like that. But I'm not using Revolt detailing products to do that, so I don't want to show you those products because it's pointless. It's a Revolt detailing review. So we're going to move straight on to the quick detailer after the vehicle is dry. And it is the same as any other quick detailer. It is spray on, spread out, and buff off. Now this quick detailer smells absolutely beautiful, of a bubblegum scent. One thing I did notice is when you spray it onto a white vehicle, I did notice that sort of a blue tint to it. And I did notice it turned my sort of cloth blue. I'm not sure if it's going to stain it or whether it'll wash out in the wash. However, once I'd buffed it off the vehicle, absolutely fine. You didn't see any blue tint anywhere on the vehicle. And it also works great on glass. Again, spray it on, spread it out, buff it off, and it made that glass look nice, glossy, and clean. Now I'm going to go around the whole vehicle, buffing it off, spreading it out, spraying it on, buffing it off, spreading it out, spraying it on. And once I've done that, we're going to go around and see how well this quick detailer and the other products have worked and how they have left the car looking. Now, as we go around the vehicle, you can see the car is looking nice and glossy. Just take a minute and take it in. we have it. That was Revolt Detailing. Now, before I go any further, just want to say that quick detailer was fantastic. It was really easy to use. It spread out. It buffed off with absolute ease. As you can see, it done a fantastic, fantastic job on glass, and it smelt really, really nice. And I didn't have to use a lot. I did overspray it in a few places and sort of spent a little bit more time buffing it off. However, you don't have to use a lot. A few sprays, wipe it over, buff it off, job done. Now, Revolt Detailing. Would I use these products again? Yes, I would. The price point of these is absolutely fantastic. They're sort of around $7.99, sort of £10, £11. They're not over the top. They're not overly expensive. The pre-wash spray did a fantastic job, as you can see. It wasn't sort of industrial strength. It wasn't force strength. It wasn't eye detail strength. But it did the job. It did the job really, really well. And it helped remove a layer of dirt and grime. The snow foam, what can I say? Other than the dilution ratios on the back of that snow foam bottle, cracking. Absolutely cracking product. Fantastic dwell time. Fantastic scent. And sort of fantastic dirt removing capabilities. It did remove a lot of dirt that was left over from the pre-wash spray. Again, it reminded me a lot of Auto Bright Magifoam. However, this is pH neutral, so it's wax and sealant safe. Now we move on to the shampoo. Now that shampoo smelled absolutely fantastic. It was foamy, it was frothy, it felt nice and smooth on the paintwork. It felt really, really sort of silky to use. It felt an absolute pleasure. And again, it smells absolutely beautiful. If anything, I just buy this for the smell alone. Now on to the quick detail. It reminded me very much of the one from the Detail Kitchen. It felt nice to use. It felt slick. It smelled amazing, and it did a cracking job at making that car look glossy and shiny. Now, my vehicle hasn't been washed for a long time. It's got no protection on it whatsoever, and it looks kind of dull when I wash it, so I always have to use a quick detailer just sort of top up that shine. This did a fantastic job at topping that shine up on the vehicle and making it look a nice, shiny car. I love my quick detailers, and when I can make a white car pop like this, they go down in my good books. And this is definitely one of those quick detailers I would recommend to anybody to give a good go. Now, guys, again, would I recommend these products? Yes, 100%. Go check them out. Their price is on point. They're not overly expensive. For what they are a cracking product. So I've been the Hairy Housewife. You guys have been great. Go check out Revolt Detailing. I'll see you all again very soon.